Hello, welcome to the second half of Introduction to Hospitality. I'm Reba Haskell, and I'm going to take you to the end of the semester. This is just a quick video to go over any sort of updates that I've made to the schedule and to Canvas, and just to introduce you to myself. Just a little bit about me. I've worked at the Hilton College now since 2015. Before that, I worked for Pappas Restaurants for 20 years in many forms of management and in operations. I did graduate from a small school in Chicago called Concordia University. And then I also got my executive master's from U of H back in 2019. I teach several different courses at the Hilton College. I teach food service management, cost controls, communications, and then I'm also the faculty advisor and the executive director for Gourmet Night, which happens every spring here at the college. In my free time, my kids are very involved in competitive cheer and travel baseball. I also enjoy powerlifting, and so most of my free time is spent doing laundry and working. So anyways, let's just hop into the changes that I've made. Nothing's really changed, but it's just more updated. So if we go into our modules here, you are going to see it's going to look a little bit different. Okay, so I think moving forward, I've broken everything down into the weeks here. All right, so these will correspond with the calendar that I'm going to show you in a moment. And let's just go ahead, let's open that up right now. Now, there will be more weeks. I have not gotten to those yet, but they'll be updated probably within the next 2 weeks if you want to work ahead. So going into the calendar, you should recognize this, which was previously posted for you. If we go down to today, October 9th, or whenever you're viewing this, we are on chapter 7, and this is where I start taking over the class, okay? So I haven't changed anything really here. Your exams are still going to be on the same days. And we're covering most of the same topics. I have added customer service in there, but that's pretty important. So we'll go over that in the last week. Now you will see some additional assignments in here. So it'll say discussion RH1, 2, 3, 4. And what those are is a lot of times when we take online classes, it's pretty confusing for students if you don't have something due this week and maybe something's due next week and maybe you go 2 weeks without something being due. So I want you to know there's always something that's going to be due at the end of the week. Now, if that's not how you planned your schedule, that's absolutely fine. I've built this in to be kind of advantageous for you. So let's look down here. We have the same grading schedule, but I will add those discussions as points towards your multiple choice exams. So she had 3 multiple choice exams throughout the semester, and then if you were happy with your grade, you could take the final, or you didn't want to take the final. I'm just going to make those discussion points worth 20 points towards your exams. So there's 5 discussion posts that I've created. They're each worth 20 points. So if you hit all those discussion posts, then that really counts as an extra exam for you, and you don't have to take the extra one if you don't want to. If you did poorly on the first exam, you'd like some extra credit, go ahead and do some of those discussions. It's going to help you engage with the course so much more than just the tests. A couple things I changed on the tests. They will always be open all week. So it won't be Thursday to Sunday. The day that module opens is the day that you can take that test. And then I did extend the optional exam. I know that last week can be very hard when there's a lot of things due, so it'll be open from the 28th all the way until December 6th. And then my office hours and my contact information is available here if you have any questions. I didn't put it on here, but my late policy is I will accept all assignments after the due date at 50%. So if you missed an assignment from earlier in the semester and you want to get credit for that, please go ahead and submit that along with an email to me letting me know that you turn that back in so that we can go ahead and we can give you credit as well. right, so let's pop back to Canvas. So we've got our modules here. The way that I set these up, we'll pop down this module here, and this is basically your checklist for the week. This is what you need to go over, all right? It looks like a lot of things, but everything's pretty short, okay? So we can see, number 1, you should be reading chapter 7 in your textbook. Then our second point, this is our book PowerPoint. So you can go ahead and you can print this so that when you're listening to the recording, you can make notes or however you like to study. There is some additional information in the book PowerPoints that I don't necessarily put in the recordings. So make sure you always refer to those. Then you have me just kind of going over those PowerPoints as though you were sitting in a class lecture, but much shortened because there's less student interaction. So I think our first chapter is maybe 14, 15 minutes. And then you have these videos here. These are all going to average between 3, 4, 7 minutes. So they're not very long. It's a lot of things to look at, a lot of things to watch, but it's not going to, this is not hours of videos for you to watch. And then you see here down at the end, we've got our first discussion. And again, that's notated as one of my assignments by the RH there. So once you finish all of this in this week, you are done for the week. Please let me know if you have any questions. I hope this really helps you guys get through the end of the semester. Please feel free to contact me again if you have any questions or any concerns, but I think it's going to be a great finish to the semester, and I look forward to the rest of the class.